serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright of the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Sports Network broadcast crew are ready in the broadcast booth. Exclusive pregame coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball is brought to you by Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Goodell Society, Pond Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Salter Loan Service, LLC, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company, and Ren's Automotive. The excitement is building in the stands, and the tension is rising in the dugout as first pitch is just around the corner. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. Now let's go live to the field to the Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Blake Gazaway here with you, joined by Easton Amelia here in just a couple of moments as we are getting set for Renegades baseball, as it is the 2025 MINK League semifinals game, as Renegades have made their way to Clarinda to take on the Clarinda A's, as we'll have the starting lineups here in just a second. That'll be brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazaway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazaway.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Well, we got the national anthem there. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups. Again, starting lineups brought to you by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, as taking a look at the starters for the Renegades, who are the number 4 seed, as they won last night. As taking a look at the starters, again, they will start at shortstop. Batting leadoff in Jack Dunn. At right field, batting second is P.J. Green, third baseman at Alex DiGiacinto. Left fielder batting fourth is A.J. Evans. Designated hitter batting fifth is Drew Vonderhaar. Batting sixth is Braden O'Neill. He'll be in center field. Batting seventh will be first baseman Will Bachman. Batting eighth will be catcher Nolan Laughlin. And batting ninth is second baseman Connor Fleeg. As pitching will be Cale Wilson. As taking a look at the lineups for the Clarinda A's. They are the number 2 seed here. They got the bye last night. They'll start in center field in Leighton Holiday. They'll bat second baseman Micah Nicholson. At first base, batting third is Drake Cobb. Catching, batting fourth is Trayvon Homlar. The third baseman. Batting fifth is Cooper Knight. The left fielder batting sixth is Kane Wilson. Designated hitter batting seventh is Joey Carso. Right fielder batting eighth is Jake Espeland. The shortstop batting ninth is Colin Lintillo. And the pitcher is Luke Spencer. As we will get you set for first pitch. First pitch brought to you by Easy Smith Homes, RE/MAX Boone Realty.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, RE/MAX Boone Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, RE/MAX Boone Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
Play underway here is first pitch already in there, and second pitch as well, as count sits 1 ball, 1 strike to Jack Dunn. As looking back in, next offering, that one's going to be in there for strike number 2. So count sits at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Dunn is playing at shortstop here tonight. 5'10", 170-pound junior, Columbia College, a St. Peters, Missouri native. There's going to be a pitch swung on and missed. 1 up, 1 down. Now this will be right fielder and P.J. Green stepping in. Green, a 6'2", 195-pound freshman at Missouri. He's a Tyrone, Georgia native. The heat still hot here, as first pitch was brought to you by Izzy Smith Homes, RE/MAX Boone Realty. 91, but feels like 101. So it's not quite as hot as it was last night, but it is still hot nonetheless.
And that fatigue will play impact on these pitchers. If you go 20, 30 pitches in an inning, your velo may decrease very rapidly.
That first pitch, that one is upstairs, ball 1. So Green will be ahead in the count at 1 ball, no strikes. As winner moves on to play in the 3-game championship series, I should say best of 3. Could be over in 2. That one outside, ball 2. Winner, their season comes to an end.
And Luke Spencer, a solidified starter for this Clarinda A's team. He's gotten long outings, going as high as 8 innings in his starting appearances. We'll see if they can get that kind of start from him tonight.
There's going to be a pitch slice foul that'll get out of play, so that will go for strike 1. Spencer's really seems like he's been the only starting pitcher that the Renegades have faced all season long. We know they have others, but we've not had a chance to actually see them. So Spencer looking back in. He'll have the sign. Next offering to Green. There's going to be a ball lifted. That'll get over the shortstop's head as Green delivers a base hit. He's trying to make it to the throw. Not there. He is at second. Risky play, but with risk comes good reward.
Yeah, and that's heads-up baseball there. You're trying to push the envelope. You're trying to be aggressive early on and kind of force them to make a play there. Clarinda not able to stand up to the task there. Now the Renegades in a situation to get another first-run lead.
So Renegades, again, have had good luck when they get on the board first, which is exactly what they're trying to do here. So stepping in is DiGiacinto, as DiGiacinto, a 6', 190-pound freshman at Missouri S&T, Richmond Hills, Canada product. First one in there, that one straight down central, strike 1.
And yesterday the Renegades relied on their leadoff hitter, Jack Dunn, to set the table. Tonight, you're going to try to maybe form a new guy. You're going to have a new guy that comes out and makes a huge impact. Tonight, P.J. Green starting off on a hot foot.
Next offering. That one in there for strike 2, so DiGiacinto down in the count at no balls and 2 strikes.
And we see a lot of the familiar faces from last night's contest, and if it ain't broke, don't really change it. I mean, I feel like D'Amelia's going to roll out the best 9 and try to win against the Clarindas the best possible.
There's going to be a ball ripped. That will be a foul ball by, looks like about a foot or less. So that would have been the first run had it been fair. Like you said, though, Renegades lineup kind of coming together, starting to gel, starting to work well together, as we obviously want to change out pitchers and catchers because they have a tough time. It is hot behind home plate. I know you're very well versed with that. And then also the pitcher's going to give their arm a rest, but everybody else staying the same in the lineup. So count sitting at 0-2. Next pitch, swung on and missed for out number 2.
And Luke Spencer with some strikeout stuff. He comes into this ball game with a large amount of strikeouts, 57. That leading the Clarinda A's team. He's a strikeout pitcher, but he's also going to get soft contact, and that's what the Renegades are going to try to do. Put that ball in play, find holes, and trying to scratch this first run with A.J. Evans, who had himself a night last night.
Yeah, he's playing in left field as Evans, 6 foot, 195-pound freshman at Jefferson College. He's an Ashland, Missouri native. That one is low. They appeal. He did not go around. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, he was having quite an outing last night. As Renegades, as you said, they made use of the long ball, at least to the fence. They missed home runs a couple of times, but it wasn't always super hard contact. They just were able to put it in the grass, and runners were smart around the base path. For the next pitch there, he's going to lift that one up in the air. Center fielder working to his left. That is Holiday. He will make the grab for out number 3. Renegades unable to put up any runs. They had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they left 1 on the base path. We are going to the bottom of the first. As it is scoreless, you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 8th grade. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students, with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
We go here to the bottom of the first inning. Again, Renegades had a hit, but unable to put up any runs. As leading things off here for the A's will be center fielder in Leif Holiday.
I'm going to do like a little impact player. Tonight I'd focus my attention on Drake Cobb. He's one of the best hitters in the MINK leagues. Comes in with a .474 batting average and a .608 on base percentage. If you can get him out a couple times, that's going to set you up for great success. He has the most RBIs in the league, and he has the most hits as well, 64 hits on the year and 41 runners batted in. This is a guy, if you're able to neutralize him, he's a key part of this offense. That can equal to a very big victory.
Absolutely. He's the guy that just knows how to hit the baseball and move around the base path. As getting the start for the Renegades right-hander in Cale Wilson, 6'4", 220-pound junior at last played at Missouri St. Louis. He is a Taos, Missouri native, so I've not asked either if he has found a new home yet, but I know he's been looking. He's been in the kind of feeling things out a little bit to see.
I think he officially committed, I want to say, to the University of Central Missouri. So
okay.
I think he's planted his roots there.
Now that you say that, that does sound about right. So it's been a long summer. So
well, because I do that as well, because like I used to do that a lot. Like they're go to school, but with the lineups changing this day, transfer portal, I don't want to be like, this guy's going to this school, and then he's actually in the transfer portal, and he hasn't played that school for like a year or two.
Right. It is very, very easy to do. So, again, leading things off is Holiday here. So, he will start things off as Wilson looking back in. Wilson first offering that one a bit outside, ball one. This Kale really, for the Renegades, part of their success over the last few days has been the ability to have pitchers go quite a distance. As we got done in 7 last night, just needed 2 pitchers. That pitch, that one in there, strike one, so count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Wilson's a guy, when he's on, but there's days where he can't find the zone, and that's what the Renegades are trying to avoid. You want to find a guy who's going to throw strikes, and when Wilson's in the zone, he's practically unhittable.
Well, the good thing, we were talking about that on the bus, the good thing is he is due up to have a good start. So that one is outside, gets past the catcher for ball 2, so count sits 2-1. So count sitting 2 balls, 1 strike. Looking back in. That pitch, that one is going to be skied in the air as Dunn coming over from short. He will camp underneath it. He will make the grab. 1 up and 1 down.
And I talked about it yesterday. The Carroll Merchants were a team that's going to steal. That's the exact same for the Clarinda A's. They have the stolen base leader in the league, Cooper Knight. He's a guy that's going to go. He's not going to stop at first base. And when he's on second, he's going to try to move his momentum to third base and get a stolen base. I feel like you have to be very aware on the base pass for these 2 Iowa teams yesterday, able to get the job done against Carroll, now looking to get done against Clarinda.
You are absolutely right on that they have a way to find the next base. First pitch here, as that one in there for strike 1 to Nicholson. So he'll be down in the count at 0 balls and 1 strike. And ball game coming from Clarinda Municipal Stadium at Eberly Field. There's going to be a bouncing ball back to Wilson. He will run to the bag. He will slow down, step on the bag. He says, I got it to Bachman. 2 up, 2 down.
I've only seen that one other time this year, the one unassisted. Not too often you see that one. But that's something you just don't want to make that errant throw. You don't want to give a mistake. That was a free out. Obviously, he wasn't going 100% down the line, so take advantage of you not having to risk an error.
Yeah, sometimes those are those end up being the plays that end up costing you when it's just a half throw to first or something that's not very far. As this will be first baseman Drake Cobb stepping in. So Cobb, first pitch to Cobb. You have to watch the court over there. It's a little touchy. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. Thankfully, hopefully Renegades win today. We're playing in the championship series, but after that, I'll be inventorying equipment and definitely replacing one of the cords that's got a short in it, and it's almost at its end of its useful life. That one is a little low, ball 2, so count sits 2-0. Getting 2 outs on the board here.
So maybe it's a positive I drove up because I wouldn't have had that extra equipment because we wouldn't have known until we got here.
Yeah, I stayed with the one I've got, but I've got yours on deck just in case we need to switch,
Okay.
So we'll see how long we can go. That delivery in there, strike 1, so count sits 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Cobb's a guy who's going to be very complacent at the plate. Very watchful. He's not going to be overly aggressive. He's going to wait for his pitch, but when he gets his pitch, he drives it.
So Wilson looks back in. That pitch trying to work the outside part of the plate a little too far outside. So count goes 3 balls, 1 strike.
And I am curious, though, what is I got to find the MINK League record for on-base percentage. I don't know many guys that have had 600 heading into the postseason.
Yeah, I don't know if that scorebook exists, but I would be curious, too, as that one takes us full now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. I believe a record book like that exists somewhere. I'm just not sure where.
You have to might have to go through multiple record books to actually get the official record dating back to a long time ago when the MINK started.
So count is full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs here. Wilson, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That is a big-time strikeout right there. 3 up and 3 down. Cobb is retired. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on the base path. We're going to the second inning as we're still scoreless. We'll take a break and be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
Certified. We go here to the top of the second inning as again we're scoreless. Leading things off 5, 6, and 7 due up. And stepping in here, this is designated hitter and Drew Vonderhaar. Vonderhaar is 6'2", 210-pound freshman at Missouri Southern, a Webb City, Missouri native. So first offering here to Vonderhaar from Spencer is headed home. That one is a little low, ball one. So count sits, 1 ball, no strikes. Next offering, that one just a little bit high and outside, ball 2.
It's going to be very important for the Renegades to be selective again today. Yesterday, they knocked the starting pitcher out very early. If they're able to copy and paste that same strategy, they could see a victory.
So count sits 2-0. Next pitch, there's going to be a bouncing ball. Third baseman will field it. He will throw to first to get 1 up and 1 down. So that goes as a 5-3 putout. Now this will be center fielder Braden O'Neill stepping in, as O'Neill will step in, 5'10", 185-pound sophomore at Columbia College. She's from Voss, Missouri.
And that looked like that helped Luke Spencer. He was kind of struggling to find the zone there. Was able to get a hittable pitch, but then a rollover. You kind of want to work the count maybe a little more as this game goes along.
That first pitch in there for strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. There's going to be a pitch sliced foul. It goes back into the netting. So count goes 0-2. So count sits. No balls, 2 strikes. Spencer's 0-2 delivery. Swinging and a miss for out number 2. So now this will be first baseman Will Bachman stepping in. As Bachman, 6'1", 195-pound junior at Jamestown. He's a Fargo, North Dakota native.
Yeah, and Luke Spencer's had success against the Renegades, going 13 innings and only giving up 1 run. He's been very hard to hit, and we're going to see if the Renegades can make an adjustment. They've already had 3 strikeouts. Maybe put some balls in play here and see what can happen.
The time called here is Spencer steps off the rubber. He'll hold that glove again. Very unique pitching style. He holds that glove up near the left ear. Now he delivers home. So that one in there, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. And there is a little bit of breeze blowing through here, but it is 91 degrees. Feels like 101. There's going to be a ball lifted to left field as that one carrying, still going. It will just be foul off the fence for long strike number 2.
Yeah, with this crosswind, I thought that had a chance off the bat. He put it right into the airway. The stream was pulling it straight to left field. Maybe pushed it a little too far foul. Maybe if it was more directly out, that's able to get out of the field.
So that ends up just being a long strike number 2. Spencer looks back in, 0-2 pitch. There's going to be one hit off, popped up off the handle as second baseman will glove, throw to first as 3 up and 3 down. That will end the inning. As in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the base path. We're going to the second. It is at the bottom of the second, still tied at 0-0. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage. Renegades Baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines. With pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
We go here to the bottom of the second inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up. As Wilson coming out here and pitching in his second inning. It was 3 up and 3 down. A strikeout included there. That was a strikeout of Cobb. Is leading things off. This will be catcher Tavon Homelar stepping in. Homelar's a guy that also has been able to reach base a whole lot, so it feels anyways, against the Renegades. That first pitch, that one outside, ball 1.
But Wilson, when he gets behind in the count, he's a guy that can come back and strike you out. We saw that against Drake Cobb. He was 2-0, found a way to strike the guy out. We'll see if he can continue to find that rhythm.
That next delivery, that one just a little bit low, ball 2, so count sits 2-0.
That first week with Homelar, that was in Jefferson City. He was able to put one out. And that win, we already saw play a factor. Bachman's was almost out. We'll see if we see a home run here. That could be a big indicator of who wins.
Well, that was the right place to hit it, too, as that wind pushing out towards the left field corner. As that pitch, that one is going to be low. So count sits now at 3 balls, no strikes. And neither team has put up any runs yet. Renegades do have the only hit of the ball game so far. 3 balls, no strikes. Next pitch. That one, strike 1.
And the A's are a team that does a lot of plays. They do some hit and runs. They do some delay steals. They'll do stealing. So they're going to do some plays if they get a leadoff runner here.
That pitch, that one, ball 4. So leadoff walk given to Homelar. So now to be third baseman Cooper Knight stepping in with a runner on first base, nobody out.
And with his speed, I would not be shocked. He put one down that third base line. We saw yesterday the Renegades use that to their advantage. Now we'll see if the A's try to play some small ball and get that first run, which I feel like is going to be a big indicator and momentum swing for this ball game.
Yeah, like we said, Renegades typically, if they get that first run, good things happen. So Wilson will look in. First pitch, that one a little bit inside, ball 1.
I remember last year trying to do, I did the math on it, and their win percentage was like 750 if they scored the first run. And if they didn't, they dropped to under 500. So some simple stuff like that can make a big impact and big factor on the outcome.
So count sits 1-0. Next delivery, that one in there, strike 1. So count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. We saw the Renegades hop out early last night against the Merchants and pretty much put the hammer down and drive away with it. So that one inside, ball 2. It was a 10-run rule game after 7 innings last night, and I think we were all very thankful for that due to the heat.
Yeah, tonight it doesn't seem as hot because that breeze is very, very nice to the players and as well those pitchers and catchers out there.
So 2-1 offering. That one is low, ball 3. So now it's 3-1. Wilson has got to find a way to curb some of these outside the zone pitches. We had to pick an Achilles heel. I think that's it. That next pitch, that one in there. Now we're full at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
So he's battled back. Now you don't want to walk him here. You want to find a way, put a ball in play, make your defense work, and possibly get a double play.
The last full count. He did win the mantle. That was a strikeout on Cobb. Payoff pitch. That one's going to hit him. Well, they didn't walk him, but he hit him, so still not much better result.
Yeah, he was trying to go fastball in there. I feel like maybe overgripped it, maybe released it just a little too late, and that runs in just a little bit. Now it's first and second with nobody out.
That was definitely in. It was definitely inside. So now to be runners at first and second. This will be left fielder and Kane Wilson stepping in. So Wilson steps in. This is where the A's are very dangerous, is finding a couple base runners on the base path. They seem to find ways to put a ball in the outfield and score runs.
We already see some guys heading down to the bullpen. A short leash for Wilson tonight. Maybe if he's able to get out of this, we may see him the next inning.
First offering, that one upstairs. Ball one. That's we talked about it last night. That's part of that chess match, is you got to play for tomorrow. You got to win before you can play tomorrow. So you can't burn through all your pitching, but you got to win to get there. That pitch, that one upstairs, ball two. So count sits, 2 balls, no strikes. Josiah Imhoff's going to come out, have a conversation, try to settle his pitcher down after he's walked the first batter of the inning, hit the second with 2 on here and no outs. As we're just shy of 7:30 here on the Show Me Sports Network. Blake Gasaway and Easton Amelia with you, giving the call here tonight. Glad you're tuned in. Don't forget, if you've not done so, we encourage you to click on that subscribe button. That'll help us out, help you out. You can find future broadcasts, archive games. You can go back and relive all the games from this season. They're archived on the YouTube channel. You can, hopefully, we'll have more Renegades baseball. Don't have anything scheduled at the moment for the future for Renegades this season, because if they lose, they're done. If they win, then they'll start a best-of-3 with St. Joseph, as St. Joseph got the win over Nevada last night in extra innings. But you do that, and you can also click on that thumbs up, the like icon. You do both those things, you'll be rewarded with free Renegades baseball here tonight, and for any extra postseason we would have. But like we said, Renegades have to win tonight in order to play what we expect would be home tomorrow, and then game 2 and 3, if needed, at St. Joseph.
And this would be a big confidence booster if the Renegades are able to get out of this jam with no runs on the board given up.
Next offering here, that one down central. 4 strike 1, so count goes 2 balls, 1 strike. So the thing with pitching coach, they go out there. Sometimes it's not talking about anything necessarily related to baseball. It's just trying to get the pitcher out of his head. That pitch, that one in there, strike 2. So now we're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2 runners on with no outs here as we play in the bottom of the second.
And like that last pitch, if Wilson's able to work those edges, he's going to be very dominant. We saw him lose a little control, but if he's able to continue to work these edges, I wouldn't be shocked with a strikeout here.
2-2 delivery. That one swung on and missed for out number 1. I know that makes you feel good as a pitching coach to know you settled your pitcher down and he's back in his rhythm. So now this will be designated hitter Joey Caruso. So Caruso will step in here. He will step in with 1 out and 2 runners on. Wilson delivers home. That one in there, strike 1.
And that wildness may have helped the Renegades because he walked a guy, hit a guy. The A's, I should say, usually they'll lay a bunt down, try to advance the runner. With that little bit of no control, it may have helped that situation in hand.
Next delivery, that one a little high and outside. So now we're even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's effectively wild is how people would describe it. I mean, if you're around the zone or sometimes way off, it's going to be like, okay, I can maybe settle in, have to take a pitch.
Well, the Renegades are a ground ball double play out of this inning. So that one swung on for strike number 2. Wilson trying to work out of the jam after walking the first batter, hitting the second batter. So count sits, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next delivery. That one a bit outside, couldn't get him to chase that. Now we're even at 2-2. Do want to always shout out while we're here at Clarinda, too. They have one of the best foul ball return policies that we've came across in the MINK League. Bring a foul ball back, you get anything on the menu, which I think is pretty awesome. There's going to be a bouncing ball that is foul on the first base side, so we'll do it again. I know one of the first games that we had this season here, there was a kid that hung out down there by the gate and picked up at least 6 foul balls, and we saw him go by with the foul balls and come back with 6 cheeseburgers.
Okay, all right.
He was having a good night.
So he's hitting the bulk then here in Clarinda.
Yes, he was. Next delivery, that one swung on and missed for strikeout number 2. That's strikeout number 3 on the night. Back-to-back fashion here and one in that first inning. Now it's to be right fielder Jake Espeland. So how big is this here for Wilson if he can get out of this jam?
This would be very significant. I mean, you're in a situation where the A's are looking to pile on runs 2-3, and now you get out of it with 0. That may inflate your bats and possibly create an opportunity where you're ready to go here and more energetic in the dugout and maybe see a run in the top half of the third.
So again, 2 runners on with 2 outs on the board. First pitch, down central, strike 1.
And we see Wilson, he's working on that edge right there. We saw that one go a little far into Cooper Knight, but he's found it in. He's finding that edge, and that's going to be very hard for a right-handed hitter just to poke the bat out there.
Well, Wilson, Renegades really need Wilson to settle in and find that groove here, have a good outing. That pitch, that one, strike 2 called. We know Wilson is capable of that, but as we talked about, his Achilles heel has been when he gets those walks. We kind of saw that flare up just a little bit with the walk and the hit by pitch, but if he can get out of this, that is going to be big time right here. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and that is out number 3 as Wilson gets out of the 2 runners on as they lead off with no outs. He retires the next 3 in the inning. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on the base path. We are going to go to the 3rd inning. It's scoreless as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades Baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, walk-off wood bat company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
We go here to the top of the 3rd inning as Renegades will send 8, 9, and 1 due up. We got to give a shout out to Aunt Carla and Michelle Carty. They're both hanging out and tuned into the broadcast. Glad you guys are enjoying it. So we told Ashley she's got to treat Easton and me to a rhino for the shout-out. It's going to cost her. Whether she delivers or not, I'm not sure. So this will be Nolan Laughlin, 5'7", 160-pound freshman at Lincoln University, Jeff City, Missouri native. That first pitch, that one misses, ball 1.
And he's a guy that did not play yesterday. He had the day off behind the plate. Ben Miller was able to have success in that catcher role. We'll see if he can do it at the plate.
That one is a little inside and high, ball 2, so counts it's 2-0.
And we saw this from Luke Spencer earlier. He had a 2-0 count, was able to get a ground ball. Let's see if Laughlin can work an at-bat and get that pitch count up.
That pitch, that one low and outside, ball 3. So count setting 3 balls, no strikes. Again, as I said in our pregame, our short pregame, because we had a few things we had to take care of. Had to make a run to get some water and stay hydrated. That one in there, strike 1, as Spencer seems like we faced him every time this season. I know they have other pitchers, but we just don't see him, as that's just how the rotation happened to be this year. So count sitting 3-1. Spencer's next delivery, there's going to be a ball that's popped up on the third base side and just out of the reach of the third baseman. So now we'll be full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think it'd be very important for Laughlin to get on for the Renegades. You know, Connor Fleeg on deck. He's a guy who's going to lay a bunt down if he has to, and he's a guy who's willing to try to lay the bunt down, advance the runner second base. Then you set up a red-hot hitter, Jack Dunn. It's a scenario that looks beautiful if you're a Renegades.
Absolutely. So payoff pitch. That one in there, strike 3 called. Well, that was pretty much opposite of exactly what we were talking about. So now this will be second baseman Connor Fleeg, as Fleeg stepping in. 5'8", 155-pounder, a sophomore at Drury, St. Louis, Missouri native. We'll give Papa Fleeg a shout-out as well, as his dad's tuned in. I know he either comes to as many games as he can. If he's not, he's tuned in. So we'll give him a special shout-out as well, which I know a lot of the players' families tune in as well. We're glad all of you are part of our broadcast. First pitch, that one in there, strike 1.
And Fleeg's a guy who can spark a rally from that 9 spot. He's a guy who's not going to stay at first base. He's going to push the envelope, try to get to second base, and set up an RBI situation if he's able to get on.
So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. Again, 1 out here. Neither team has put up any runs yet. That pitch, that one a little low and outside. Now we're even at 1-1. Fleeg had probably my favorite bat that we saw this season. Yeah, the baby blue barrel, and ending it up, it had a short life. It splintered into about 1,000 pieces, but you know what? It made some kid's day that he got the blue barrel. There's going to be a pitch. That's fouled out of play. There's a foul ball for Ashley to go track down. Count sits 1-2. But yeah, he had that bat that broke, and one of the youngsters at Historic Ernie Vivian Field got that, and he carried it around like that was his prized possession for the rest of the game. So count sitting 1-2. That one is going to be a comebacker, as Spencer will glove, throw to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Spencer able to battle on the mound. He was able to get off that mound very quickly, read the hop very well, and then just ripped it to first base to get the out.
And you see that sometimes. Yeah, that's tough to transition from that after you've thrown the pitch to transition to field it. And we've seen it many times where you take a tumble, you almost, stub your toe, it looks like. But he did a nice job transitioning out of that. Now we go top the lineup, Jack Dunn. Dunn was on fire last night. I believe it was 5 at-bats. He had 4 hits and reached on a walk. So he was seeing the ball well last night, as that one misses ball 1. He was our player of the game, but he was trying to catch everything head coach Mike DeMille said after the game. He did come up. We were just off the air when he came up, so appreciate him coming up, but we were tearing things down as that one misses ball 2.
And as you said on that play, sometimes you'll see an overthrow or a throw that isn't able to be knocked down. We saw that yesterday go in favor of the Renegades, but here you have even more room down that line that could give you a couple more bases.
There's going to be a ball that's ripped into the outfield, so his hit parade continues as he has got 5 hits. As he's going to stretch it, try to get there to second. Looks like he's under the tag. He is. So he again works around the base path, ends up at second, so he will be there. So in his last 6 at-bats, he has had 7 at-bats. He's had 5 hits. Nope, 6. I can't do math right now. Yeah, he's had his third double in that. Yeah, I'm not mathing right now. 7 at-bats. He's had 6 hits, been on with a walk, and he's had 3 doubles. That's what I'm trying to say. Math is tough. First pitch here to P.J. Green. That one misses ball 1.
And him and P.J. Green, that 1-2 spot, you're going to see if they can work together here and kind of mesh a run together. Little 2-out rally. We've seen that be a big thing for the Renegades in the later half of this season.
And we saw Green lay down a bunt last night that was to perfection on the third base side. That one in there, strike 1. Yeah, he not quite the same opportunity here to lay down a bunt, as the grass is awful close here to the foul line, but he laid it down, and that kind of got the rally going. That was part of that 3-run bottom of the first inning the Renegades had last night. There's going to be a pitch. He offers at it for strike 2.
Yeah, nice bunt there by Spencer, able to get Green just on his front foot and swing right over the top of it. We'll see if he goes again to get that swing and a miss and get another strikeout.
So count sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Dunn stands at second. He'll take a lead there. Spencer looking back in. He'll check second. A long look there. Turn to look a second time. Now he'll deliver home. There's going to be a ball that is going to get through into right field as they give Dunn the green light. It is fielded. The throw is way offline as he will score as the catcher standing in Dunn's way. As Green is going to be at third base, he's standing up there. I chuckle because there was it was the most non-high-speed collision at home as Hamlar and Dunn kind of chest bump into each other, but the run scores. Green ends up at third It was a chest bump for sure.
And great base running there from Green. He saw the throw was going to be way over. Didn't stop running. He continued and was able to get to third. Now they're an error away from scoring a run, whereas if he slows down for a second, they may need a single to score that run.
So this will be Alex DiGiacinto stepping in. Renegades lead by a 1-0 score. His first pitch to DiGiacinto, outside ball 1.
So a little 2-out magic. Let's see if the Renegades can capitalize again. Get a hit by DiGiacinto.
So count sits, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch, that one is going to be sliced foul into the net. So now we're even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Renegades last night, tonight, getting, a little crafty, running the base path, knowing the situation, getting very, crafty, very creative. They're understanding what that is. You said it exactly right. Green saw the overthrow. No doubt he was going to end up at third. That next pitch swung on and missed for strike 2.
And tonight they're hitting with power. 2 of their 3 hits being doubles, but that one single was a ripped. And then we're going to see if that's kind of the mojo that the Renegades are going to continue to bring in this postseason.
Well, that's what it takes to beat the A's. That's what it takes to beat St. Joe. That one is going to be past the catcher as Green will jog home. Renegades lead 2-0. Just like you said, wasn't an error, but still the same thought. It's 1 pitch away from scoring with Green at third, and he does that right there.
Yeah, that was a very easy read here. You don't have to really worry about that ricochet like you do at Vivian. The backstop's far enough where even if it gets past the catcher and bounces pretty hard, they're still going to have to run 5-8 feet back.
So this sits at 2-2 as DiGiacinto steps back in. So count sits 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on the base path. Renegades lead 2-0 as that pitch, that one is low, ball 3. We should have 1 more run.
And both those coming with 2 outs, and now DiGiacinto trying to continue this rally and this surge the Renegades are on.
So count sits 2-2. Next pitch, that one a little low. Sorry, it was 3-2 rather. That one ball 4, so a 2-out walk. I'd also like to point that out. We talked about it. Renegades, that was a good piece of the puzzle for the 2023 championship series. They find ways to put runs across with 2 outs.
Yeah, and it's like you just don't concede. Even though there's 2 outs on the board, I'm still going to stick to my approach. I'm not going to go away from what I'm being told by the coaches. I'm going to stick to what's working for me, still find that pitch, and they're able to connect some dots there and score 2.
First offering to Evans, that one high, ball 1. He also was seeing the ball well last night. He got the game-winning single that drove in the 2 runs to push it to the 10-run lead. They gave him the ice bath, which I'm not going to lie, I was a little jealous of. It would have been nice to have that, but much more deserved for him to get it than us in the broadcast, as there'll be a bouncing ball. Second baseman will throw to first to get the out there. His mom also threw out the first pitch last night, so she was enjoying the ball game as that goes as a 4-3 put out to end the inning. Renegades, though, able to put up 2 runs. They did so on a couple of hits. There were no errors and nobody left on the base path. Renegades lead 2-0. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
We go here to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ashley has another shout out to Aunt Vicky. So Aunt Vicky's tuned in. So it'll be 9-1-2 due up, as this will be shortstop Colin Lentillo stepping in. So Lentillo steps in as we go here to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Renegades leading 2-0. Wilson's first offering, that one in there, strike 1.
And what I was talking about earlier, Wilson had a little bit of a damaged spot where the A's were looking to pound on a situation, 2 base runners with no outs. That inflated the Renegades. You can feel the energy go, let's go in the dugout, and that led to 2 big runs on the board and looking for the commanding lead.
That pitch, that one a little low and outside, ball 1. So now we're even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilson, a returning Renegade for the last couple of seasons. Done a fine job. It's the reason why we keep having him back. So count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. He'll deliver home. That one a little low and outside. Ball 2. I know he's done better here because last season he out warming up before one of the games. He stepped on a nail and had a puncture in his foot that we had to deal with. We had our bus driver, JR. Kale, last season, he stepped on a big nail out there. Next delivery, that one is going to be in the dirt. That is ball 3. So count sits 3 balls and 1 strike.
And now if you're the A's, I feel like you're going to play it differently. You've already seen Wilson have that stuff where he has that strikeout capability. So say you get a leadoff base runner, you might try to just get 1 here in this inning just to scratch into this 2-run deficit.
So count sits 3 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, that one, strike 2. So Wilson has worked it full now at 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And especially with that speedy guy, Lath Holiday, at the top of the order, him and his brother were at top of that order last year and were able to be a key part of that success they had in that championship series.
Payoff pitch. There's going to be a ball that is going to be out of play on the first base line. We were actually talking about that on the bus ride, that the Holiday brothers last year playing here. Very, very nice. I had a game where one was suspended and had to sit. The other one was not playing, got a day off, and enjoyed the visit that we had up here in the press box between them. They were very, very, very nice young men. There's going to be another one that's fouled off as well. So we'll stay full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And being a tough out here, being a rally starter here, just trying to find a way on, whether that's a walk, hit by pitch. The more you see, the more you can do damage with.
Wilson sitting at 44 pitches here on the start as we play. First batter he sees here in the bottom of the 3rd. There's going to be a pitch that is popped up on the first base side. Laughlin coming over. He will camp underneath. He will make the grab for out number 1. Not an easy play, but he makes that look easy.
Yeah, he recognized that had another chance of being in. He ran over. First, you establish a spot, and then you can more creep forward there. He kind of walked back a little difference of how you can do it, but he still did the job.
Yeah, big time out right there to put the first out on the board. Now we go back to the top of the lineup here, as this will be again center fielder Lath Holiday. He's 0 for 1. Wilson looking back. Have the sign from Laughlin. He'll deliver home. That pitch, strike 1.
And that's what you want to see from Wilson. 0-1. If he's able to be there, it's going to be a tough time for these Clarinda A's, especially down 2 with him now having a longer leash and being able to go. Maybe he gets a run. The D'Amelia and the Renegades may have a little more trust in him.
So count sits 0-1. That pitch swung on and missed. So now it is 0-2. So count sits. No balls, 2 strikes. Wilson looking for strikeout number 5 here. So he will look in. He'll deliver home. There's going to be a ball lifted into right field. Green will come in. He played a little shallow. He comes in out number 2.
Yeah, and that's just perfect positioning there. Didn't need to move much. He even read it a little late, but that wind knocking it down, and he's able to get there. And that's something we may see both right fielders starting to do, because I don't think you're going to be able to drive that ball 300 feet to the other way. You're going to have to kind of pull it more often to have success for those right-handed hitters.
So now this will be second baseman and Micah Nicholson stepping in. So he'll step in with 2 outs here. Again, Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. First pitch. That one in there, strike 1.
Beautiful frame job there by Laughlin. Made that look beautiful, even though that was on the edge.
Absolutely. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. Wilson looks back in. He'll deliver home. There's going to be a ball. That one sliced foul the other direction on the third base side. As youngster runs after that, his dog in tow. He's got a free goodie at the, maybe that's not his dog, I guess. There was a dog in tow. So he's off to the races to get to the concession stand. So count sits, no balls, 2 strikes. Wilson's 0-2 pitch. That one again, slice foul. That one way over at the fair now. So count will stay at 0-2.
Yeah, tonight they're putting the animals in so you can do the show tomorrow, and then the fair actually opens up tomorrow. So might be something you have to stop by if.
Yeah.
Look around.
Absolutely. They were unloading some good-looking sheep when I was on a phone call earlier. There's going to be a pitch that's hit to D.G. Jacinto. The throw dug out by Bachman. 3 up and 3 down, as that is a 5-3 putout. Wilson sitting at 52 pitches. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on the base path. We are going to the 4th. Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. We'll take a break and be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Show Me Sports Network under the broadcasting rights granted therein. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the Show Me Sports Network. Announcers are provided by the Show Me Sports Network.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
We go here to the top of the 4th inning. Renegades again leading by a 2-0 score. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Drew Vonderhaar will lead things off. Then O'Neill and Bachman are the 3 due up. Vonderhaar is 0 for 1. Get into a 5-3 out. So he's looking for his first hit of the night as that one dropped in there for strike 1.
And then these 3 guys were a part of a 1-2-3 inning back in the 2nd inning. Maybe if one of these guys are able to set the table for guys who've already had success there.
There's going to be a pitch popped up. That is going to be out of play, and Ashley fighting for how she gave up on the foul ball. So that one ends up in the crowd. So count sits, no balls, 2 strikes. That pitch, that one low and outside, so now we're 1-2. Seen several. We saw the Laughlins are here. We saw Dwayne Carty and Ashley are here. A few others. That one misses. So now it's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I took a nice pitch there, though. He was able to tunnel that off-speed pitch that just missed and was able to get Vonderhaar looking there. Now let's see if he can tunnel it well.
2-2 delivery. That one's over the press box. So count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is a possibility that you got to keep your head on a swivel here because it could be fouled over the net and coming right here into the press box as that one swung on and missed for out number 1. That'll be center fielder Braden O'Neill. He struck out and wanted bat. Well, that is the 5th strikeout, yeah. 5th strikeout on the night for Spencer. So both pitchers vying in that same ballpark as just 4 on the night so far for Wilson. So O'Neill will step in. First offering to him. That one upstairs, ball 1. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. Ball game nearing an hour old here. 1-0 pitch. There's going to be a ball lifted to left field. Left fielder tracking it down. He'll make the grab. That's Wilson for out number 2. O'Neill got a good barrel on it, but that is unfortunately out number 2.
Yeah, and he drew it to the left field, was able to turn and burn on that pitch. That's something, as this game goes along, maybe you get under it just a little more and find a way to poke one out of here.
Now it'll be first baseman Will Bachman stepping in. He is 0 for 1. So he get into a 4-3 out. That ended the top of the second inning.
But Bachman's a guy who can drive that ball gap to gap and over the fence.
First pitch, he'll watch that one go, strike one. Laughlin will be up in the on-deck circle. So he said he got the night off last night with Miller catching. They switch duties here tonight. 0-1 delivery. That one just a bit too far outside, so now it's 1-1. So count sits at 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, 2 outs here in the inning. Renegades leading. That pitch, that one lifted high in the air, and that one is out of play, so now it's 1-2.
And then we saw on that last pitch, Spencer was trying to get that outside corner there just a little far out, maybe half a ball out. Wilson able to establish that edge and get it to work. That could be the difference between how long these pitchers can go.
1-2 delivery. That one is laid off by Bachman, so count even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A big league take there.
2-2 delivery. There's going to be another one popped up as that one on the infield. Second baseman coming in. He'll make the grab as that will be a 1-2-3 inning. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on the base path. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Renegades lead 2-0. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
We go here to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. Wilson comes out here again in this 4th inning. They'll throw down the second. Means we're just about ready. As in the inning, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. This is Cobb, Homlar, and Knight. Cobb was retired for that first strikeout that Wilson dealt. Like to see, well, it depends, I guess, on which team you're cheering for. If you're a Renegades fan, you'd like to see that second strikeout for him in the book. If you're an A's fan, you definitely would not. First pitch, that one in there, strike one.
I think this is where the heart of the order for the A's has to come up clutch. You have to get the bats going here. Maybe you don't get on, but solid contact, working at bat, get some more pitches seen, and then get a good idea of what he pitches so you can go communicate that to the guys coming up and try to get him to the 3rd time through the order.
So count sits 0-1. Wilson's next delivery, that one a little high. So count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wilson coming off a nice inning, a 1-2-3 inning, and then the inning before had 3 strikeouts, so he's been shut down. The past 6 guys have gone down in order. We'll see if he can continue this, or will the A's finally get the number.
So count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Next delivery by Wilson, swing and a miss for strike number 2. So count sits 1 ball, 2 strikes. As we said, Wilson, we could get 5 or 6, maybe 7 strong innings out of him. That would put the Renegades in a good position. That one a little high, ball 2.
Just a little up. If he's able to get that down 2-3 inches, that's another strikeout against Cobb.
So count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson has the sign. He'll deliver home. That one's going to be sliced foul back into the net. So we stay at a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And we saw him tunnel well there. He goes a curveball that just slips out of his hand. Doesn't get a good enough grip on that there. Tunnels well with that high fastball. Now we'll see where he goes here. Do you try to run something on that outside edge and try to get a swing over the top of it?
So count again stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. That one sliced foul in the net once again, so we will stay 2-2.
There he's trying to establish that fastball in the outer half, what he's done very well against these Clarinda A's hitters. And it's good to know that Drake Cobb can't tie this game up with just one swing of the bat. You're going to have to do some connection if you're the A's hitters.
So count even at 2-2. Next pitch. That one swung on and missed. Cobb has been struck out twice in 2 plate appearances. So that is number 5 on the night for Wilson. Now to be catcher Tavon Homlar. He walked and then was moved to second on a hit by pitch, then got stranded out there his last time up.
But he's a bat. If he's able to turn it on, a dangerous bat. He's had success versus the Renegades, and he's had success as of late. The first at-bat was able to get on with a free pass.
First pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 1.
And now you can see Wilson's in a rhythm. He's confident on the mound. He's like, give me the ball. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So count sits 0-1. He'll not have the sign from Laughlin. Next pitch. That one just a little bit high. Now we're even at 1-1. In for the Renegades, Wilson pitching. Laughlin behind home plate. Bachman at first. Fleeg at second. DiGiacinto at third. Dunn at short. Evans, O'Neill, and Green in left to right. To that next pitch. That one misses. That one's strike 2. So count sits 1-2. Again, 1 out on the board. Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. Wilson looking back in. 1-2 delivery. That one they say just a bit high. It's a pretty good looking pitch there.
Yeah, but he missed up high again with that curveball. He's trying to find that grip. Maybe he's just not having a tight enough grip or really quality release point.
2-2 delivery. That one sliced foul. That one off of Laughlin. Home plate umpire will step out and clean off home plate. Laughlin says, I'm good. Let's go. So count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out on the board. That pitch swung on and missed. It was in the dirt, but that'll be out number 2. So that is strikeout number 6 for Wilson. So he's bringing him up and laying him down.
Yeah, and if he's able to retire 9 in this inning, he's retired 9 in a row and kind of setting that table for a quality start and only having to use 1 or 2 relief pitchers max.
Yeah, Wilson's a guy, too, that he definitely feeds very much off of those strikeouts, and he is looking for more. Is that one down central, strike 1, as Knight will be down in the count 0-1.
And that reason Knight got hit by that pitch is Wilson's been working on that edge, but Knight's over that play. He's hugging that line, and he's not afraid to wear one for the team.
0-1 delivery. That one a little bit low and inside, so count evens at 1-1.
That could make it difficult as well. We see Wilson have high velo, that fastball inside. It's going to make him tough for him to turn and burn on something that is inside. That's a strike, but he can't really get his hands around to it.
Next offering. That one is low. Ball 2. So count sits 2 balls, 1 strike. Renegades again leading by a 2-0 score. Next pitch. That one, strike 2. So now we're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilson 1 strike away here from getting his 7th strikeout. Wilson looks back in. 2-2 pitch. That one is going to be hit way foul as that one ends up over on the other ballpark. So count stays 2-2.
But that's the negative of hanging that curveball. We've seen him not have the best grip. You hang it, they'll bang it. There was a prime example. He's able to have that in fair territory. That could be a double, possibly a triple.
Yeah, that one, if it's down the line, it's going to be trouble for sure. Wilson shakes off a couple signs. Now he gets what he's looking for. 2-2 offering. Headed home. That one way outside. Now we're full.
And we see him keep going back to that off-speed pitch, trying to get a feel. And with nobody on and 2 outs, you may be comfortable. Hey, I need to work on this pitch. I want to get it over. Maybe you use it here so you have it for when a crucial situation comes up.
Yeah, that one, no doubt about it, as it left the hand that was staying outside. So we're full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. There's going to be a ball lifted into right field. That'll get down and drop in front of P.J. Green, as that will be the first hit, as Knight will have it with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. That is the first hit on the ball game for the A's.
Yeah, it was a nice piece of hitting, 2-strike approach. He saw what was coming in, got the barrel to it, and he'll find himself on first base. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see him on second, or at least trying to get to second. In a couple of pitches, he's currently leading the league heading into the postseason with stolen bases.
So this will be left fielder Kane Wilson stepping in. So good lead taken there at first already, as that first pitch went a little high, ball 1. So he's definitely, Knight at first base is playing the mental game with Wilson. 1-0 delivery. That one is low as that gets past Laughlin, and that will be Knight advanced to second.
But you will see early on, you get a bigger lead, you want to see his pickoff move. Does he have a competitive pickoff move that's actually going to keep you close to the bag, or is he not really going to carry you over at first base, and you may get an extra 2-3 steps, and that gives you the second base stolen base. So there, you really weren't able to see it if you're at first base at Knight, but you may get a rhythm as this game moves along.
Next pitch, there's going to be a ball lifted into left field. That one's hooking foul and off the cage down there. So that will be strike number 1 as it ricochets to Evans in left field. He'll toss it to a fan out there. So we're going to track it down.
And Wilson had 75 pitches here. He's been working hard on the mound for these outs, and strikeouts are good, but they're going to get your pitch count up and maybe fatigue you very quickly.
So 2-1 offering. Wilson looks at second. He'll turn. Does not throw, but bluffs the runner back. That's Knight. Again, 2 outs on the board. Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. Winner moves on to play St. Joseph in the best of 3 in the 2025 MINK League Championship Series. Next pitch, that one a little high. That one squirts out of Laughlin's glove as he will not throw to third. They will concede the base. So Knight will be at third now.
And a heads-up base running there. We saw the Renegades use it. There, Knight didn't stutter. He saw the ball go up, and he was going to test the arm of Laughlin. Laughlin didn't want to make that throwing error. He has confidence in Wilson to get the job done here.
Yeah, I agree. I think him throwing to third under this circumstance probably a good idea, just to eat the ball, concede third, and work on getting Wilson out here. That pitch, that one is ball 4.
So now that tying run on the base pass for the A's. You may see some trickery here, a delay steal. Maybe you just straight steal and just try to draw a throw to second base, and say that ball ends up in center field. You may have a runner on third and a run scored here and cutting into that deficit.
So it'll be designated hitter Joey Caruso stepping in. We're about 9 minutes past 8 o'clock here on the Show Me Sports Network. First pitch to Caruso. That one sliced foul for strike 1. Blake Gazaway and Easton Amelia with you, giving you play-by-play coverage here tonight. Glad you're tuned in. Don't forget, if you've not done so, we ask you click on that subscribe button. That'll help us out, help you out as well. You can click on that thumbs-up icon as well. It lets us know you're enjoying the broadcast. That pitch, that one is going to be popped up. Fleet calling for it. He will make the grab for out number 3 as that strands 2 on the base path. No runs, no hits. Sorry, there was 1 hit. So let me try that again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 were left on the base path. Renegades still lead by a 2-0 score. They'll come to bat here as we go to the 5th inning. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage, Renegades Baseball, here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 8th grade. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
We go here to the top of the 5th inning, 8-9 and 1 due up. This will be Laughlin Fleeg, and then we'll go top the lineup and done. Be the 3 due up. This is that time of the ball game here where the Renegades, if we could put up a couple more insurance runs, that would give everybody a little bit more room to breathe. As first pitch from Spencer, that one in there to Laughlin for strike 1.
Yeah, I think 2 in the next 3 innings is the jackpot number, just so you get a little more free will, I would say, in that dugout. You're not stressing out over every single play.
Next offering, there's going to be a pitch that will get down into shallow center field as Laughlin will be ahead at first base, as he will have his first hit of the night. So he'll be the leadoff single here, as this will be second baseman Connor Fleeg. Now, just like we talked about earlier, Fleeg is a team guy. He's a player that he wants success. He wants the Renegades to win. So if that means he's got to lay down a bunt or do anything like that, he is always more than willing to do that.
Yeah, and I would not be shocked here if we see the Renegades play a little small ball here, force the Clarinda A's to make a little play on defense.
So Fleeg steps in here. They'll turn and throw to first as runner back safely. That's Laughlin. He didn't take a very far lead there. So Spencer trying to keep him honest, keep him on the base path over there. Fleeg again steps back in that batter's box. First pitch, that one's going to be a little high and inside, ball 1. We've also seen him be very patient in the last few weeks. Do what he needs to do to find a way to get on base. 1-0 delivery. That one is low, ball 2. So count sits 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Laughlin takes a lead at first base. Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. 2-0 delivery. There's going to be a ball lifted to the outfield. That should get down to the gap and does so. As Laughlin will round second, he will be on his way to third as Fleeg has a not RBI yet. He has, I was thinking about last night on his RBIs, but he's had another double. He had an RBI double last night, so doesn't have the RBI attached, but has a double. He is coming on again very strong.
Yeah, he's a guy that was due yesterday. Maybe not the best performance he wanted, but today delivers for the team, and this is a spot where if you're able to put 1-2 runs up, you're just separating yourself from the A's, and they're not used to being in this situation. This is a team that's usually on top very early and just going to kind of drain your opponents away.
So now this will be Jack Dunn, the shortstop, stepping in. He had a double his last time up. First pitch, he'll take that, strike 1. So in his, not including this at bat, but in his last 7, he has had 5 hits. He's been walked and he struck out. So he steps in with runners at second and third here and nobody out. Renegades lead 2-0. There's going to be a ball lifted high in the air. Long run in for the shortstop. Left fielder will call him off as that throw will be cut off. Not far enough for Laughlin to think about coming home. That is out number 1.
Yeah, and almost dangerous there for the Clarinda A's. The left fielder came up shooting there. We saw him want to go home there. Kane Wilson was, I want to throw him out. The throw was offline. If they don't cut that off, that for sure scores 1. And with no one there, Drake Cobb was probably the closest guy. That could have scored 2 on a very big errant throw.
Yeah, that one looked like that was headed to the Renegades dugout versus to home plate. So this is P.J. Green. He had that triple earlier as that pitch low. That was for an RBI for ball 1.
Yeah, and he's a guy that's kind of came on a surge as of late. Last night, the big bunt, had a 1-2 punch there with the top of the order, him and Dunn. Now can he step up and be that player that the Renegades are looking for in today's contest?
2 on with 1 out. Next pitch, that one swung on and missed. So count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Green will step out, gather his thoughts real quick.
And kind of the other way around, if Spencer's able to leave these two bases stranded after back-to-back hits, that kind of boosts yourself in that Clarinda's dugout and may get the bats going.
1-1 delivery. There's going to be a ball that gets past the catcher. Laughlin, though, not coming home as Fleeg was halfway to third, has to retreat back to second.
Yeah, I don't think Laughlin had the best read there. That was a ball that you expected and kind of saw Homelar read very well. It was a hit off the chest protector, trickled away, and that's something maybe as that game goes along, you get a better read. You try to force that play.
So count sits 2 balls, 1 strike. You definitely don't want that out number 2 at home, so rather be a little cautious there. 2-1 delivery from Spencer. That one swung on and missed for strike 2 as Green was crossed up there. So count sits 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Renegades leading by a 2-0 score, but would like to put up a little more insurance. Spencer's 2-2 delivery. That one outside and low. So now we're full as Homelar doing a good job to keep that in front of him. Alex DiGiacinto is in the on-deck circle for the Renegades.
That's going to be big here for PJ Green to not expand your zone. You don't have to be swinging at something in the dirt like he did. You can kind of just have your same approach here. The guys had a very tight zone. You don't need to kind of widen it like you normally do with a 2-strike approach.
So we're full. Payoff pitch. That one in there called strike 3 as that one looked down central. Green frozen. He is out number 2. So now 2 on with 2 outs here is third baseman Alex DiGiacinto stepping in. And Renegades have to find a way to get these 2 runs in here.
Yeah, the bottom of the order did their job. Laughlin began the inning off with a single. Fleeg mastered a ball that he put in the gap and almost put out of here. And now we'll see if DiGiacinto can stand up to the task, maybe find that 5-6 hole or put one in that 4-3 gap that's very large over there.
DiGiacinto stepping in as Spencer will look home. First pitch. That one misses, ball 1.
Spencer able to get a big strikeout. He's able to get back-to-back outs and retire the top of the order, which that's been the key part to their success here in the postseason. The Renegades have turned to kind of set the table with the top of the order with the middle doing the work. Here the bottom order is trying to set the top up, and now we'll see if they have the ability to get the job done. Now we see a meeting here. Maybe it's a fatigue thing.
Yeah, there's those 2 runs on 5 hits. No runs, just 1 hit for the A's as Spencer sitting at 74 pitches here in this outing, so conversation has ended as Homelar also went out to have part of that conversation. So they're going to intentionally walk DiGiacinto, have the bases loaded.
So I think that's just to set up this double play. All you need now is a step on a bag, kind of make the short play a lot easier there. If you hit a ground ball at third base, an errant throw by the third baseman could score 2. Now here, a routine ground ball, you go the easy way, and then that gets you out of this inning possibly.
So this will be A.J. Evans, the left fielder. First pitch to him. He's going to get a ground ball. First baseman will glove. He'll flip to the pitcher covering the bag, and that is out number 3 as that goes as a 3-1 put out to end the inning. Well, in the inning, there were no runs. There were 2 hits, no errors. Bases were left loaded full of Renegades. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning as it's a 2-0 Renegade lead. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
We go here to the bottom of the 5th inning. Renegades have an opportunity there, but unable to push any additional runs across. They still lead by that 2-0 score, as it'll be 8-9 and 1 due up. This is Espeland, Lentillo, and Holiday are the 3 due up.
Yeah, and Spencer was able to have a big jam there. We saw a very strategic walk there by Coach Eberly and his staff. They saw something to swing or some situation they really liked there, a one-pitch ground out, and I don't think there's any way you could draw that up better for the A's.
Yeah, definitely not how the Renegades would have drawn it up, but that's how the A's would have absolutely, as there's going to be first pitch swung on, fouled off. Count will be no balls, 1 strike.
I think both these teams kind of evaded danger in their last half inning. We can go back to that last at-bat. Joey Caruso hit a soft liner there to Fleeg. If he's able to get a little more of that, this game's completely different, and they're able to tie that ball game up possibly.
Oh, an offering from Wilson. Headed home. That pitch a little high, so now we're even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
But it is that situation, though, when you're in postseason baseball, every play, and I feel like every run lowers. So I feel like, the importance of every play rises, but the run's lower.
That one misses outside, ball 2, so count sits 2-1.
Because, I mean, you look at that Nevada game yesterday, you're never really expecting a 2-1 contest between the Mustangs and Griffins, but I feel like there's more of the pitchers stand out in the postseason play.
Yeah, definitely not a extra inning affair either. That one strike 2. I think it was inevitable that Nevada was going to run out of gas. It's just tough to lose how they did on a controversial call at first base. So count sits 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch, swung on and missed. So Wilson has another strikeout here to his credit. He's got 8. Yeah, I was just double checking that. He's got 8 now, right? 8, yep. I can count, I think, sometimes. Although earlier I was not doing so well. So now this will be Colin Lentillo, the shortstop. Just 7. I was just double checking that. He's going to have 8. That one misses ball 1.
And then
Clearly, math is not our forte up here in the press box or counting.
Yeah, I'm more of just a yapper.
1-0 delivery. That one swung on and missed. So he currently sits at 7. Next one would put him at 8. So Lentillo will step out, adjust the batting gloves, count even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
But now we see the A's trying to have a similar situation as the Renegades. They turn to their bottom of the order to maybe set the table for that top to cut into this deficit. They've had situations arise.
That pitch a little high and inside. Now we sit at 2-1.
I mean, the sun's going down. It's kind of a nice night now.
Yeah. Wind still blowing out towards the left field foul pole. The sun went down. It is cooler. That one's going to be sliced back. So now we're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Okay, so I was thinking on the way up here, I feel like now this time of season with that giant corn, you just see race the wall out there and right, and then, like, play the corn kind of like a good old Field of Dreams.
Yeah, I would be in favor of that, actually. I think that'd be a lot of fun. We might see a lot of ground roll doubles there. 2-2 delivery. That one a little low. Now we're full.
I mean, with this wind, probably not. I mean, that wind's very heavy, so maybe if you put one perfectly down there, that may sneak past the right fielder, but
yeah, you'd have to turn it and try to hit it over here for the wind to blow it back in. So we're full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. That one is going to be a bouncing ball. Fleeg will charge. He will glove. He'll underhand to Bachman at first. It is out. Number 2 is 4-3 fashion.
Yeah, now the top of the order trying to do something with Lath Holiday stepping in. This top of the order has not reached 0-for-6 in today's action, and that's been the real equalizer of this ball game where the Renegades have success. They have 3 hits in their top 2.
Well, Wilson's sitting at 90 pitches here as we play here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So he'll look in, facing Holiday. You said 0-for-2. First pitch, that one is going to be in the dirt, ball 1. So I think probably there's a close bet that this may be the last inning or one of the last 2 maybe for Wilson due to sitting at 91 pitches now. So count sits 1-0. Next offering, that one a little low, ball 2.
But it is one of those situations, though, this is probably Wilson's last start because of how many pitches he's already thrown and that short rest for that championship series. So he may be wanting that ball and trying to go over that century mark.
2-0 delivery, that one in there, strike one. Yeah, it's also a situation, too, of he does have to have a little bit of short leash because it's only a 2-run lead, but, maybe you do leave him in there for an extra few pitches than what maybe you normally would. As long as he's doing well and he's comfortable, that one is low, ball 3. So count sits 3 balls, 1 strike.
And it appears the Renegades are warming up Carter Otto. He's been a staple out of that bullpen and a guy they're looking to get them over that bridge, that 6 to 8 inning mark, and maybe set up a good close.
So count sitting 3-1. Next pitch, there's going to be a bouncing ball. DiGiacinto gloves. He throws as that will be out, number 3 in 5-3 fashion. As 95 pitches here for Wilson. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on the base path. Another 1-2-3 inning as we will go to the 6th inning here as the Renegades lead by 2-0 score. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Power equipment is always cool, always. Well, unless it's not working, then power equipment is expensive. Always. Unless you get it checked with Salter Lawn Service. Don't worry about saving up for something new. Just let the experienced experts at Salter Lawn Service repair your small engines. With pickup and delivery available, saving you time and saving your wallet.
Hey, this is Stacy Salter with Salter Lawn Service. One call, we do it all. You can find us at salterlawnservice.com.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
We go here to the top of the 6th inning. Renegades leading by a 2-0 score. As another shout out from Ashley to Papa Carty. Is that right? Okay. So we will go to 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup here. Ashley's going to owe us big time for all these shout-outs. First pitch, that one's going to be lifted in the outfield. It will stay in the ballpark as Vonderhaar will take the first pitch to left field for out number 1. So now this will be center fielder and Braden O'Neill stepping in. So O'Neill will step in here. He is 0 for 2. He struck out, and he's popped out to left field. You see a couple of other players getting warmed up for the Renegades down the bullpen, but I believe it will be Otto who will come in first as that one fouled off. So count sits 0-1. We'll give a shout-out, to Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant. She's also tuned in. That happens to be my wife, so that one in there, strike 2. She's tuned in tonight.
I heard Inside the Mink maybe tune as well. I mean, if we're just getting the
we'll give a
shout-outs.
shout-out to Inside the Mink All-Star, Easton D'Amelia, doing a fine job covering the Mink League this season. Count sitting 0-2. That one fouled off. So count will stay 0-2. You give a you have a sponsor there, don't you, for Inside the Mink?
First Aid Now. Yeah, that's a sponsor for the summer, official sponsor for Inside the Mink this summer. So that's been a cool experience.
That one in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, you've had some very unique insights and interviews and had some players mic'd up and all kinds of very unique things. So you've done a fine job with that this summer.
Yeah, we're going to roll into a lot of post-game, like postseason interviews with some guys. I already have 4 or 5 lined up, so a lot of guys are now comfortable talking with me. I feel like that was the biggest thing, is you kind of have to build a connection with some of the players to get some of those interviews in.
That is very true. So that one was upstairs, count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch, that one swung on and missed for, nope, they say he fouled it off. So he is still alive as O'Neill as this upcoming pitch, this is 83 rather, but it is the 7th pitch here in this at-bat.
Luke Spencer's a guy who is efficient, though. He's going to throw a lot of strikes and force you to put the ball in play. That one inning being the only inning where the Renegades have really got to him.
2-2 pitch. That one called strike 3 as O'Neill is retired for out number 2. Now this is first baseman Will Bachman stepping in. He hit into a 4-3 out as well as popped out to the second baseman.
And again, that 5, 6, 7 mark, it could be a part of another 1, 2, 3 inning. That's something Spencer has kind of nailed down, how to sequence those hitters.
So 2 outs on the board, first pitch. That one in there, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. That one misses now. We're even at 1-1.
An 8-9 able to do some damage last time up, so maybe you have a little 2-out rally again that could put a run across.
There's going to be a ball that is hit to right field. Right fielder going back as he will watch it go off the fence as Bachman will be standing at second base with a 2-out double as the right fielder in Espeland knew that was over his head and he played it off the fence.
Yeah, he had perfect execution on that, sat back on that, and drove that ball the other way, a stand-up double there. Now you turn to Nolan Laughlin, got a single his last at-bat. Is he able to do that again? That's a run number 3 on the board, and you just pile on to this 2-run lead.
So Laughlin will step in here. Again, runner at second base with 2 outs.
First rally happening with 2 outs as well.
That pitch, that one misses, ball 1. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. So 1-0 offering from Spencer. Headed home. There's going to be a bouncing ball as that will be taken by the shortstop. Throw to first, the out is there. So that does end the inning. Renegades had no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on the base path. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Renegades lead by 2-0 score. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, walk-off wood bat company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
We go here to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's 2, 3, and 4 due up as this is second baseman Micah Nicholson stepping in, then Cobb and Homelar. As Wilson's still out there, he's sitting at 95 pitches.
Yeah, and this is another situation where you have the heart of the order. I feel like this is the time. You've seen him twice already. See if you can get to him 3rd time around.
So lays down a bunt is Nicholson. It goes foul. Strike 1.
And honestly, that's a kind of a confidence booster, I feel like, if you're Wilson. They're already trying to bring everything out. They're trying to play some small ball, try to sneak away on. I feel like that just builds his confidence even more, even though I bet it's pretty high.
So count sits at no balls, 1 strike. Next delivery. That one is going to be popped up as that one is going to drop in foul territory. Wilson and Laughlin both trying to get there but could not get there in time. Count sits 0-2.
And this being Wilson's probably last start, That may be the reason he's going out here for this 6th inning. You don't know how long the Renegades will want him to go here in this scenario, maybe 1-2 outs. I bet he wants to complete this entire inning, but if he's in a scenario where he's at that century mark, he gives up the base runner, that might be his day.
Yep, I agree. But if he could get through this inning, that would definitely help out the arms in the bullpen for the Renegades. So count sits, no balls, 0-2 rather. As next pitch, there's going to be a ball that is going to get down and be cut off by Green. So it'll be a leadoff single for Nicholson.
And now you wonder if they're going to keep him out there with the best hitter for the Clarinda A's. They've been through the order 2 times, and now you have Drake Cobb coming up 3rd time. Wilson's had his number twice, but it could be one swing of the bat, and Cobb wins the most important one, and we're tying at 2s.
Absolutely. Wilson sitting at 98 pitches. First pitch. There's going to be a bouncing ball as that will get through into right field. Green will take that one. It'll be a 2 on now with nobody out as Cobb singles into right field. So now it'll be 2 runners on with no outs. And, yeah, this is where that chess match comes into play because Wilson sitting at 99 pitches. Now catcher Tavon Homelar. Now, we did see Wilson work out of a jam with 2 runners on earlier in the ball game. Yeah, and then he struck out in the bottom of the 2nd, struck out the next 3. That pitch is low. Laughlin keeping that in front of him as Wilson has touched the century mark. So back in that bottom of the 2nd, it was a walk, hit my pitch, had runners at 1st and 2nd, then he struck out the next 3 to strand those 2 on the base path. So count sits, 1 ball, no strikes.
And I talked about earlier, Clarinda has a do-over. You're going to see that bunt laid down.
So we'll show bunt, does Homelar. That pitch, that one low and outside as Bachman comes crashing down. So count sits, 2 balls, no strikes.
I feel like worst case scenario here is you don't take advantage of that free out. You walk him here, load the bases, and then if you're the Renegades, I'd say you have to go to the pen.
Wilson sitting at 101 pitches. Count sits, 2 balls, no strikes. Wilson checks second. Again shows bunt. They'll turn and throw to second. Runner back ahead of the throw. Good job. Good placement there on that throw. As it was right there where Dunn was there to make the catch, make the tag all in one motion.
Now, it is a situation of the Renegades are showing their card very early. You could give the green light here to Homelar, and he just has to put a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be a hit.
Homelar has showed bunt the last couple pitches. He'll show bunt again here. That one is going to be outside, get past Laughlin, as now it'll be runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
I feel like if you're the Renegades, you kind of want a mound visit here, or at least something to give them a pause. Okay, now Laughlin's going out there. Wilson kind of lost his rhythm there. Now you can definitely tell that fatigue kind of simmering in. Now 2nd and 3rd, you take that bunt off. That may help the Renegades here. You get a strikeout, and then you set up a situation where, say you intentionally walk a guy, put that double play back into effect.
And no outs on the board here. Again, runners at 2nd and 3rd. As Laughlin does go out to have a conversation with Cale Wilson. He's the starting pitcher here. Still pitching here in this bottom of the 6th inning. He's had 102 pitches.
And I'd say if the go-ahead run gets on first base and you're the Renegades, you kind of have to go to Otto. He's a guy that you have confidence in tough situations, and he'll have to show his true colors here.
So count sits, 3 balls, no strikes to Homelar. That pitch in there, strike 1. So count sits 3-1. And runners at 2nd and 3rd. That first run of the night, 90 feet away. That pitch, that one is ball 4. So bases loaded now with no outs.
So now it is good in your back pocket. You can go whatever base the easiest one is. Obviously now that corner's in, you want to treat home like first base. You want to go for, if it's right at you, to that 3rd base or the hot corner in first base, just so you get out and you don't have to focus on that run. Obviously, ideally, you can turn a double play, but I wouldn't try to force that double play because this run may become crucial.
So it'll be 3rd baseman Cooper Knight stepping in. First offering tonight. That one is going to be inside and low, ball one.
And Knight's the guy who was able to get on earlier in the contest with a hit by pitch. That kind of knocked Wilson off his rhythm, a walk and hit by pitch. They were able to get in a situation. Knight standing up close to that play to hit by pitch, now scores a run.
Bases loaded here, no outs. 1-0 delivery. That one inside and low, ball two. Head coach Mike D'Amelio is going to come out here as Wilson sitting at 106 pitches. As looks like we may get to see a pitching change here. As count sits 2 balls, no strikes. Again, bases loaded and no outs here. As we will go to the pen as Wilson ends with 106 pitches. As he will jog off. It's a good hand from the Renegades fans here.
And you could see the emotion there. He wanted to finish that inning for his team. There he wasn't able to do it. He saw D'Amelio point to the pen, and that's the true competitor in you. And Wilson's definitely that. He's not going to ever roll over. He's always going to attack you, and he's going to go 100% as hard as he can. And there, that effort led to him entering that 6th inning, and now in a situation where they turn towards that reliever, Carter Otto, to get him out of this jam.
So Otto comes in, 6'1", 160-pound freshman right-hander at Lincoln. He's a St. Elizabeth, Missouri native. This is Carter Otto. So Otto comes in to pitch. That'll give us a chance. We haven't seen any broken bats tonight, but it'll give us a chance to tell you about our friends at Walk-Off Wood Bat Company, handcrafted in Missouri. Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made of premium-grade maple ash and birch. Fully customizable will make you yours truly. From the length and the weight to the barrel and the handle color, you're able to customize every feature of wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. Help you find your confidence at the plate. Give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014. That's 816-261-1014, or visit wowbats.com. So a couple more tosses here from Otto, as we've talked about. He has a very unorthodox pitching style, but it works for him. As he comes from down under. Had a chance to talk to him in one of our post games, and he said he just happened to see somebody pitching. I don't remember who he said, but saw somebody pitching with that style in high school and thought, well, I'm going to try that. And it seems like it's been a pretty good decision. It's worked out well for him.
Yeah, and has it. And he's been a guy that the Renegades have turned to for shorter appearances, maybe 2 innings. He's gone longer, but that's not his, I'd say, cup of tea. He's more of a guy, you're going to go one time through the order. Now you're going to face a big situation here. Bases loaded, nobody out with a 2-0 count. You got to kind of start this at bat with a strike, or you're going to be falling behind and give a walk to a run.
So count sits 2-0. First pitch, that one's going to hit him. It's a 1-run ball game. As Knight is going to be hit by pitch for the second time. So a run comes in. It's still bases loaded with no outs here. Renegades still leading by a 2-1 score, but their lead has been cut in half.
Yeah, and we go back to multiple situations in this ball game where the A's could be up a lot more. They could also be trailing by a lot. Both these teams able to get out of some big jams. And now if Otto can keep this tied, I'd honestly say that's a win for the Renegades.
Now to be left fielder stepping in, as there's going to be a pitch popped up. This is Kane Wilson. As coming in is Green. He will make the grab. That is out number 1.
And that's one of those where I was expecting infield fly rule there. That's not too far back behind second base. The umpires gave him a chance there. If he were to drop that, that would have been a single. That's a up for grabs, I'd say, debate there.
Well, this will be designated hitter Joey Caruso. Will you flip that switch there? Yeah. Thank you. So count sits 0-0 is first pitch from Otto. That one misses, ball 1.
That was a big pump up there. Now you're a ground ball away from getting out of this. Maybe roll one up or another pop up can equalize, and now just a ground ball away.
So count sits 1-0. Otto looking back in. Next delivery, that one a bit outside. So count sits 2-0. And bases loaded with just 1 out here in the inning as we play in the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 pitch. That one misses, ball 3.
And we see him go that off-speed pitch, trying to get that slider to sweep on that edge and get that outside pitch. He hasn't got that first 3 tries. And now you're expecting you have to go middle. You don't want to walk in that run, force them to make a play.
3-0 delivery. That one inside, ball 4. Now we're tied as 2 runs have been walked in. So still bases loaded with 1 out. It is a 2-2 ball game. As this is worst case scenario for the Renegades. So this will be right fielder Jake Espelin stepping in, bases loaded with 1 out.
Espelin trying to play hero for the Clarinda A's.
First offering from Otto, that one in there, strike 1. Espelin has struck out twice now.
And now you're forcing the bottom of the order to stand big for the Clarinda A's.
There's going to be a ball that is going to be hit high, and it is going to be off the fence as the A's take the lead. 2 runs come in as the A's take the 4-2 lead, as that one was off the fence out there in left field, as it is a 2 RBI double for Espelin. Just like that, the A's have taken the 4-2 lead.
Yeah, and he did not let that moment get too big. He simplified his swing, got a pitch he could handle, drove it to left field, and almost was a big grand slam. But there, kind of, luckily, I would say, for the Renegades, it didn't sneak out of here. That wind didn't play that big a factor. And now we see the defense of the Renegades coming in to cut this run off.
So now this will be shortstop Colin Lentillo stepping in. So Lentillo will step in. Renegades trailing 4-2 now as that first pitch to Lentillo in there, strike 1. That's the problem with the A's, is they're pesky. They hang around. They came in trailing by 2. They leave, or hopefully will leave the inning just up no more than 2. That pitch, that one is going to be hit off the barrel. Right at center field as O'Neill will make the grab. They will throw it through third. It'll be cut off. Another run comes in. It's 5-2 now.
Good situational hitting there by Colin Tio. Drives the ball he can handle to center field, deep enough to score that run. That's where a quality out there is very successful for your team. Kind of giving yourself out there in that situation. You want to hit a deep fly ball or a ground ball somewhere just to put another run across. He does the job there and adds 1 more, and they take a 5-2 lead.
So now this will be top to lineup, and center fielder Lath Holiday. First pitch to him, that one outside, ball 1. As Holiday is the 9th batter to go through the inning here.
And now
5 runs put up.
And now you can just feel that Renegade side deflated right now. This has been a gut punch here. And now if they're able to put another run, that may be the final.
That one in there for strike 1. They're going to throw to third as runner will have a stolen base. That's Espelin. So count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Espelin stands at third now with those 2 outs on the board. So he is just 90 feet away from scoring himself. So he drove in a couple of runs. That pitch, that one, they say he went around on it for strike 2. So count sits 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next delivery from Otto. Swung on and missed. That one way outside. Holiday pulls the bat back, but not after he went around for strike number 3. 5 runs put up in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors. 1 was left on the base path. Renegades trail 5-2. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
We go here to the top of the 7th inning. Renegades trail by 3 here at 5-2, as it'll be 9-1 and 2 due up. So the Renegades have their work cut out for them here. As Spencer pitching here in this top of the 7th inning. So Fleet will step in, 88 pitches for Spencer. First pitch, Fleet is going to pop that one up. Center fielder taking a few steps in. He will make the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, now if you're Spencer, you take a deep breath because you have really nothing to lose right now. Every out you get's a plus there for your Clarinda A side. And now he really doesn't have to worry about giving up a lead. He may have been there a little tense there with a 2-run deficit. There is offense coming up huge and significant impact there in that bottom half of the 6th inning.
Stepping in here is Dunn. First offering, that one bit high and inside, ball 1. So count sits, 1 ball, no strikes. Dunn ahead in the count. He'll look back in. That pitch, that one misses ball 2, so counts it's 2-0. Again, top of the 7th we play. It's a 5-2 A's advantage. 2-0 delivery, that one is low, ball 3. So counts it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Spencer's next delivery. That one inside, ball 4. So 4-pitch walk issued to Dunn. He will jog down to first base. Spencer sitting at 93 pitches here on the day. Now this will be right fielder and P.J. Green stepping in. Green has had a triple, a double. He has scored a run. He's had an RBI, and he has struck out looking.
And if you are the Clarinda A's, I mean, I wouldn't force anything to the top 2 hitters who've done all the damage against you. I would force that middle part of the order to step up and kind of find a way to come up big in the moment. I mean, the top 2 hitters doing all that damage, scoring those 2 runs with 2 outs.
That pitch way upstairs. Count sits, 1 ball, no strikes. There's going to be a pitch that is sliced foul. So count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Spencer looking back in. He'll turn and throw to first, Dunn back safely. 95 pitches here on the night for Spencer. He'll have the sign from Homlar. 1-1 delivery headed home. Green is going to send that one to the right fielder. He will make the grab for out number 2.
Yeah, that ball was driven on a line, but right at the right fielder. A good read there by Jake Espelin. He came up big offensively and now coming up big defensively for the A's.
So now this will be third baseman Alex DiGiacinto stepping in. He's walked, and he struck out in 3 plate appearances.
I'd say it's very significant for the Renegades to put at least 1 across if they want to get back in this contest. Just cutting that deficit by 1 each inning and allowing yourself where you only need 1 heading to the 9th.
2 outs on the board with a runner at first. That pitch to DiGiacinto, low and outside, ball 1.
Because this A's offense, I would not think they're done. I feel like they got to Wilson. They got some good quality hits off of Otto. They're going to be tough to handle these last 3 innings.
So count sits, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch, there's going to be a ball lifted to right field. Right fielder coming over. He will make the grab for out number 3 as in the inning. No runs, there were no hits, there were no errors, and one left on the base path. Spencer sitting at 98 pitches. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Renegades trail 5-2. We'll take a break and be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
We go here to the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll start just like we did in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Nicholson, Cobb, and Hamalar. Renegades just hope it is not as painful. They gave up a 5 spot. They went in leading by 2, come out trailing by 3.
Yeah, now Otto's going to have to come out of the pen and give some significant outs here. Even though it may not seem significant at the time, a 3-run deficit, the Renegades are on offense. They can surge. We've already seen them put up 2 earlier in this contest in 1 inning, and that was just with 2 outs. Say they get that situation with nobody out, that puts them in a driver's seat to tie the ball game up.
Well, Otto comes out. First pitch to Nicholson is in there for strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. And just shy of 9 o'clock here on the Show Me Sports Network. Blake Gazaway and Easton DeMille here with you tonight. Glad you're tuned in. That pitch, there's going to be a ball. That's going to be lifted into shallow left field. Take a couple hops to Evans as Nicholson will be at first base. He has 2 hits in his last 2 plate appearances. So now to be first baseman Drake Cobb. I said Blake Gazaway and Easton DeMille here with you. Hopefully you're enjoying tuned into the broadcast tonight, as it has been my pleasure bringing you coverage all season long. Easton's done a fine job covering Sedalia, as well as his work on Inside the Mink as well. So appreciate you tuning in, as we're going to have a pitching change here as Otto, his night will come to an end. He is done after 16 pitches, as it'll be a call to the bullpen here. We'll see who comes out for the Renegades, as looks like that is Braden Grossclose stepping in. So Braden Grossclose will step in, as yes sir, Grossclose. So he steps in here, a 6'2", 225-pound freshman at William Woods. He is a Columbia, Missouri native. So Grossclose taking over, as Renegades again trailing by a 5-2 score. But as we were saying, it has been my pleasure giving you coverage all season long. And Easton, you've done a fine job covering Sedalia. You've done a fine job with your Inside the Mink. And you've got to hop on from time to time here on the Renegades broadcast this season as well. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Don't forget, if you are tuned in, we ask you to click on that subscribe button. I know that's a big ask from us, but you click on that. That'll do some good things for us on the back end. That will also let you know anytime we go live, you'll be able to catch Renegades games from not just this season, but back to the first season 5 seasons ago of covering Renegades baseball. So you can do those. You can find the archive games. Don't have anything scheduled right now, but if the Renegades are able to come back here and win, we'd get the championship series games scheduled. But you can see what we have scheduled there as well. You can click on that thumbs up icon. That's the like icon. You do both things. Both those things will be forever indebted to you. And we'll get you free Renegades baseball through the end of the game tonight. And if the Renegades do pull off that win, we'll give you coverage of Championship Series Mink League Baseball for free as well. Be a good comeback for the Renegades if they can, as they trail by 3 here at 5-2.
Yeah, and they're going to their hammer here. A guy that I think was going to start later this week now has to come in relief, and he's the guy, Braden Grossclose, who's had success. He's gone that long mark, 6-7. I think he's even done 8 innings worth of damage there on the mound, and they're able to get a good quality 3 out of him here. and trying to keep it right where it's at, I'd say they're in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. If they could find a way to cut that 3-run deficit down when they come to bat here in the next half inning and keep Grossklose's numbers down, that potentially would be able to maybe see him later on in the week. Of course, we're sitting at Wednesday, so when I say later on in the week, it might be on Saturday. But again, we talk about this a lot, that baseball is very much, this chess game of what you've got. Softball would fall in the same way in some regards, but definitely a chess game as he'll throw over to first. That's one thing that is so different for baseball. I know, Easton, we've talked about it, is that many other sports you could play night in, night out in any position and still be there, no problem. As there's going to be a pitch popped up as long run in, as O'Neill will make the grab. Runner will have to go back to first as Nicholson was at second base. So I have to go back to first now. This will be catcher Davon Homlar. But as we said, basketball, football, those things you could almost play night in, night out, it seems. But baseball, so much different. And softball, a little bit different, too, because you have a good pitcher. You can see them pretty regular. They don't have to take the number of days to rest an arm and, rest and recuperate before they come out for another start.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did my first year of softball there for Lincoln, and I didn't know you could reinsert pitchers, so that was a interesting situation to learn.
There's going to be a pitch fouled off and out of play as Homlar will be down to the count of 1. Yeah, it becomes very interesting with some softball doubleheaders because you could see somebody pitch all of game 1, then get a break for game 2, but have to come back in because game 2's pitcher is struggling, or you might see him reinserted back into the same game. It's pretty wild. That one swung on a miss for strike 2. I can't imagine what that would look like in the baseball world if you could do that. You can, sub in a play or two at any point and bring them back out, move them around. Like it's baseball, you sub somebody out, they're done. Like that's it. So it is definitely a different world for sure. So count sits, no balls, 2 strikes. That pitch a little high, ball 1.
Well, I saw an interesting situation. They go to the pen for one pitcher. So the girl comes in, she walks the person, and then they immediately go back to the other pitcher. So it was one of those situations, it was a matchup. They didn't get the win there, so they immediately reinsert that pitcher back in.
So runner at first base, that's Nicholson. There's going to be a pitch popped up as this one is going to be camped out underneath by Green. Well, he lost it in the lights there, as that is an unfortunate break as he lost it as it ends up dropping, and that will be runners at second and third now.
Yeah, when it rains, that poor situation. Last inning, the A's were able to capitalize on their own situations they put themselves in. They were able to be dismounted to play, earn some hits, and then the Renegades, they just lose sight of the ball. It's something you just can't really – it's hard to really understand if you don't play outfield. It's those situations where you're looking for the ball, you just don't see it off the bat, and now – the infield's going to have to come in, and it'd be a gut punch if they score one more, and it might be the final runs that defeat the Renegades.
And just one out here in this bottom of the 7th inning. Runners at second and third. First pitch here to Knight. That one is low, ball 1. These lights, not that there's anything wrong with them, but they're at a different setup than what the guys are used to at historic Ernie Vivian Field, so it is different each ballpark you play out of reading the ball off the bat. And unfortunately, they just called a balk. So now will be 1 run coming in as they're going to call a balk as Grossklos will be called for a balk. So I believe the umpires are going to have a conversation as head coach Mike D'Amelia comes out. Did you see anything there that might warrant the balk?
So I think they're talking about when he shifted his hand. They said it was glove movement. So they're going to plate him home there. That's one of those situations where it just, you kind of, as an umpire, you want to make a play. You're wanting to make an impact in the game there. He wanted to plate the run there and wanted to make an impact. That's a call that goes away, and no coach is actually going to point that out. No one's going to care, but that making a big impact to this game. Now they're up 6-2, and that could be a gut punch that I said earlier that might just took the Renegades out of this game.
Yeah, that does give them the 4-run lead at 6-2 as Mike D'Amelia having a lot to discuss out there as that was not, I think he did a great job talking about that. It wasn't a lot, and probably 999 out of 1,000 times it's let go, but not in this scenario. So now Renegades trail by a 4-run deficit at 6-2. So instead of runners at second and third, it's now one runner at third and the run plated. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out on the board. Grosclose looking back in, deep breath. He'll peek over the glove. He'll fire home. That one misses, ball 2.
But it's one of those situations, you look at yesterday's contest, everything was going for the Renegades. Every play, every ball that could drop was dropped. Every defensive play right at a guy. Tonight, that's not the case. In those last 4 innings, it's been Clarinda's baseball, and they're just adding on top of it.
The pitch is low, so count sits 3 balls, no strikes. So count sits 3 balls and no strikes. Grosclose looking back in. That pitch, that one in there, strike 1. So count sits 3-1. Renegades trailing by a 6-2 score. Both teams having 6 hits here. Only 2 runs produced for the Renegades, 6 for the A's. There's going to be a bouncing ball that'll get through into right field as that will drive in the run as Knight will have an RBI single. It's now a 7-2 score in favor of the A's.
And now we go back. That is most definitely not scoring that second run. That would have scored that 1 balk run, so it could be a 6-2 contest with a runner on third. But the umpire called the balk there, and now it's 7-2, and I feel like the A's are now just pulling away from the Renegades.
That'll also be left fielder Kane Wilson stepping in. Definitely a deflated Renegades squad right now as all the air has been taken out of the sail. First pitch, that one in there, strike 1. So Grosclose will be heading the count at no balls and 1 strike. Count sits 0-1. Grosclose turns and looks at first. Next delivery. There's going to be a ball that'll get through to left field as now it'll be runners at first and second with 1 out. Now he's trying to make it to third. The throw. They say he's safe. As getting in there under the tag is Knight. It is runners at first and third. Well, as you said, when it rains, it pours here. So now also be designated hitter Joey Caruso stepping in. As we'll have just a second as Knight trying to get all the dirt out of his pants.
Yeah, that was heads-up base running there. He saw Evans kind of struggle to get that ball a perfect grip. Didn't hesitate. He may have slowed down for a second, but he was never well in doubt on staying put and be complacent at second base. And that's what the A's are going to be. They're just going to continue to put the pressure on you throughout these last innings.
First offering here, that one in there, strike 1 to Caruso. So he'll be down in the count 0-1. Runners at the corners here, still with just 1 out on the scoreboard. 2 runs have plated here in this bottom of the 7th. That pitch, that one swung on for strike 2. As they throw to second, runner's going to come in. They say he is out, as that'll be out number 2, as Knight is thrown out at home as Wilson goes to second.
A nice stop there by the defense of the Renegades. They were well aware what was going on there. Dunn cut right in front of the throw, fired it to home, and Laughlin applied the tag. It was a close play. Even though the ball may have beat him there, it was a swim move there that may have been a safe.
So count sitting 0-2 with 2 outs on the board now. Next offering from Grosclose, that one upstairs, ball 1. Yeah, that was exactly, you said just right, that Dunn knew what it was. Cut it off to throw home. Laughlin doing a good job, too, not to set up in the way to obstruct home plate, but be able to get the ball, get the tag for out 2. Grosclose, 1-2 delivery. He'll look at second, delivers home, swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. As in the inning, there were 2 runs On the board, there was a total of 4 hits. There were no errors, and 1 was left on the base path as we will go to the 8th inning. Renegades trailing by a 7-2 score. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage of Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Well, we got a new pitcher here in the ball game as Luke Spencer's night is done as he ends at 98 pitches. So now this will be Max Johnson coming in and pitching. He has been an ace for sure on the mound for the A's as he comes in and pitches here in this top of the 8th inning. So a good 7 full innings of work for Spencer. Again, that's what makes this A's team so good year in and year out, is they seem to swing the bat well. They seem to get some good pitching.
Yeah, and he's coming off a good performance back on July 16th. 4 innings of no-run baseball, no walk, gave up 1 hit, and had 6 strikeouts. He's a very strong closer, and he's looking to shut down the Renegades for these last 2 innings.
So this will be a 4, 5, and 6 due up. Evans, Vonderhaar, and O'Neill as that first pitch is low and inside. Ball 1. So count sits 1-0. Next pitch, that one, a little chin music there for ball 2. So count sits 2 balls, no strikes.
And it's been one of those things where the series leader actually in the regular season has lost more than they've won. St. Joe winning that matchup. They had the season series over the Nevada Griffins. For the 2 teams, the Renegades, they beat the Cairo Merchants. The Merchants led that season series. And then you also look, the Nevada Griffins, they actually were not leading that season series versus the Mudcats. The Mudcats commanded most of those victories. So the regular season hasn't had a big impact on the playoffs, but tonight you can tell the A's have standed up to the task.
So that is a 4-pitch walk given to Evans. So he will go to first base. Now this is designated hitter Drew Vonderhaar. So Vonderhaar will step in. So Vonderhaar steps in here with a runner on first base and no outs. First pitch, there's going to be a bouncing ball that is foul on the first base side. So you'll be down in the count at 0-1. So count sits 0-1. Vonderhaar stepping back in. No outs here. Runner at first. That pitch, that one in there. Strike 2. So count sits 0-2. 0-2 delivery. There's going to be a bouncing ball to third. Third baseman will glove. Second for 1 to first. They say not in time for the double play, but Evans is retired for out number 1.
Now we'll see a pitch hitter here for the Jefferson City Renegades as they're looking for a spark here as they enter and only have 4 outs left in this contest to tie the ball game up.
So this will be Maddox Meyer. As Meyer stepping in, well, they're going to have a conversation here. You might wiggle your cord there, Easton. Nope, that wasn't it. I don't know. We might just be hearing the feedback.
So if I hold my cord like that for the rest of the game.
Yeah, if you hold both of them and grow another set of arms so you can write in your book. So that, they say it's safe at first base. So again, this will be Maddox Meyer stepping in. As Meyer, a 6 foot, 190-pound freshman at William Jewell. He is a St. Charles, Missouri native. So Meyer coming in. So he will come in here in this top of the 8th inning. First offering to Meyer, low and outside, ball 1. So count sits, 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch, that one also misses, ball 2. So Meyer comes in place of O'Neill. So count sits 2-0. That one misses, ball 3, as Meyer subbed in here in this 6th spot. Should take over center field as well. So count sits 3 balls, no strikes. Again, a runner at first base with 1 out. Renegades trailing by 5. That pitch, ball 4. So now to be runners at first and second with 1 out. Going to be first baseman Will Bachman, but kind of like we talked about last night for the Renegades, is that, well, for the A's now, they have a little bit of cushion they can work with here.
Yeah, and then now this is the guy you want up if you're the Renegades. He's the guy that can be a threat. A 3-run shot here puts you right back in the contest, and he's also a guy who can drive a ball into the gap here. You have runners on first and second. You're really starting from scratch here. You've kind of made some success and given a free walk from Johnson. He's not a guy who usually will give you a free pass. I feel like you have to take advantage of here. If you score 2 or 3 in this inning, I feel like that's doable then for the 9th inning. Obviously, I would expect the A's to go to the pen if that were to happen, though.
So Bachman stepping in here as he missed a home run earlier in the contest by not much, as that first pitch swung on, got a seam of it, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. Looking back in is Johnson. He'll deliver home. There's going to be a pitch fouled out of play for strike 2. So count sits, no balls, 2 strikes.
And this is the Johnson we're used to seeing for the Clarinda A's. He's going to be in the zone at least 0-1, 0-2. It's going to come right at you. You're going to have to adjust as a hitter and put the ball in play.
So count sitting 0-2. That pitch, that one, they say he was able to check his swing for ball 1. Johnson also doing that thing with his glove where he puts it up by his ear. I guess he's trying to listen to what the glove's telling him.
I mean, it's very common now, especially with that pitch comm. You kind of close your ears so you can hear it better.
But it does work. 1-2 delivery. There's going to be a bouncing ball. Third baseman will glove. They'll throw to second for 1 and back to first for the double play, as that will end the inning, as that will bring back to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still a 7-2 ball game in favor of the A's. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back as you're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 8th grade. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day program. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
We go here to the bottom of the 8th inning. Renegades trailing by a 7-2 score. As it'll be 8-9 and 1 due up. Again, pitching here in his second inning is Gross-Close. Look out there. It looks just maybe a hair hazy out there.
Yeah, and that could have been a problem, too, early on because we saw the outfield of the Renegades already lose track of the baseball. The lights are kind of pointed down, so I think it's one of those things where it gets above the lights. If you don't see it off the bat, I say best of luck trying to find that and make a quality play on that. And we'll see if that affects the Renegades again. I can guarantee you, though, the A's defense is ready for that. A lot of those guys have been here all summer, and they've already been used to and accumulated to what the vision is like there in the outfield.
So we play here in the bottom of the 8th. That first pitch is it'll be 8-9 and 1 Espelon. We'll have that one go outside, ball 1. So Lynn Lentillo and Holiday are the 3 due up here. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. Next delivery, that one is also low for ball 2. So count sits 2 balls, no strikes. Gross-Close looking back in. That pitch. That one apparently missed low. So count sets 3 balls and no strikes. .30 delivery, that one ball 4. So 4-pitch walk. We'll have the first batter aboard here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Renegades trailing by 5 at 7-2. So shortstop Colin Lentillo stepping in. So Gross-Close will turn and look at first. Deep breath. First pitch in there, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. So he will look back in. There's going to be a pitch swung on and missed.
And it's important for Gross-Close to continue pitching on that mound. Who cares? He's down 5. I think you just treat this like a normal game, continue firing at home, and try to have success.
So count sits 0-2. That pitch swung on and missed. That is out number 1. So now we go top the lineup in center fielder Lath Holiday. He is struck out, hit into a 5-3 out, flown out to right field, popped out to the shortstop to lead things off, bottom of the first. So Gross-Close again turns and looks at the runner at first. That's Espelon. First pitch to Holiday, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. So 1 offering. Headed home. That one, strike 2. So Gross-Close kind of finding his rhythm here. He's starting to find his rhythm here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Deep breath by Gross-Close. He'll turn and look at first. Bachman holding the runner on there. 0-2 pitch. That one, they say he went around throw to first. Not in time. Oh, did they say? No, they say he checked. They'll appeal. He did not go around, so. Count instead goes to 1-2. count sits 1 and 2 for Holiday. Next pitch by Grosclose, that one high, ball 2. So now we're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's action in the bullpen for the Renegades. Can't tell who that is. So 2-2 delivery from Grosclose headed home. Swung on and missed for out number 2. So now this will bring in second baseman and Micah Nicholson. Really, you take away that 5 spot there in the bottom of the 6th, and it's been pretty much a well-played, lights-out game for the Renegades. I think that'd be a good new rule for baseball. Let you take out a half inning wherever you'd like.
That'd be a very creative inning. A new banana ball rule coming into effect.
So 2 outs on the board. I think it's that cord. That one that's we're limping it along. That one is low, ball 1. I for sure figured out which cord has the short in it, so that's the positive. It's a problem. You have enough cords, you have no clue which one it is. You just got to keep messing with them. There's going to be a ball lifted into the outfield. Evans giving chase. Coming over is Meyer. Neither one. Nope, that was caught there. Thought it was going to get between them, but Evans peels off and makes the grab for out number 3. As in the inning, no runs. There were no hits. There were no errors, and 1 left on the base path. We will go to the 9th inning. Renegades have to score 5 runs here in the 3 outs. We'll take a break and be back. You're tuned in to exclusive broadcast coverage Renegades baseball here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
We go here to the top of the 9th inning. Renegades down to their last 3 outs. Could be the last 3 of the season. As Johnson back out there. So it'll be Laughlin, Fleeg, and Dunn are the 3 due up as the Renegades trail 7-2 here in this top of the 9th inning. Winner, their season continues with the MINK League Championship Series. Loser season comes to an end as first pitch misses ball 1, so count sits 1 ball, no strikes. So count sitting 1-0. That one misses ball 2, so count sits 2-0. The Renegades do suffer the loss tonight. They've had a great season nonetheless. Made it to postseason baseball, won at home last night. Made it to the semifinals game. 2-0 delivery. That one high and inside, ball 3. Definitely wouldn't be the ending they'd like for the season, but it is a season they can hang their head on and say it was successful.
Yeah, yesterday they were firing on all cylinders. Tonight, not the same story, but I feel like they've had a great season overall. They've had some big wins and some very fun games to be a part of from the Boost side for you, I've heard.
Absolutely. That one is low ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk puts Laughlin at first base. Now it's second baseman Connor Fleeg. Nope, just kidding. It's not going to be Connor Fleeg. This will be Carson Durnan stepping in. So Durnan stepping in, 6'1", 190-pound freshman at Crowder College. She's a Camden, Missouri native. So Durnan stepping in here. First pitch, that one misses, ball 1. Same way as we were saying that the Sedalia Bombers season didn't end the way you would have wanted it to, but you had a great opportunity to follow them, get to know some of the players, and definitely got stronger as the season went on your calls.
Yeah, it's 1-1. I'm currently debating, though, of staying up here and doing a call on the Shemmy Sports Network. If you guys want that, I would send a DM to Inside the Mink. I'm either doing that or a full game highlight of that like I did it for the wild card. So it's really up for grabs and whatever, I don't know, what would be better for the Mink League, I say.
So count sits 2 balls, 1 strike. You could do both. Might be a little challenging. That one upstairs, ball 3, so now it's 3-1.
That'd be very impressive to put on your resume. I did a videography during the game, and I'm also broadcasting the game. I'm taking stats. I'm doing the full 9 yards there.
Yep. You're engineering your own game. It'd be even more impressive if you were calling from up here and filming from down there.
Yeah, so an extension. I was thinking, though, is there a way, like, you could get on a phone call and possibly, like, have a color commentator from, like, home or no?
You could. We'd have to kind of Jimmy rig it in, but.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You could probably do something.
So Blake Gazaway could be on the call with me, hypothetically, from his couch?
Yeah, I think the thing would be the timing, because no matter how we would get it, it's going to be delayed. As there's going to be a bouncing ball. Shortstop will glove. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first, not there. But that will be out number 1 as Laughlin is retired for out number 1.
Yeah, nice play there by the shortstop, Lentillo, going to his backhand there. And not going across there. It was a very tight play to second base. He trusted himself to make that throw in that quick transition, and that panned out for them for out number 1.
So 1 out in the inning here. Again, Renegades down to their last 2 outs. As shortstop Jack Dunn will step in now. He walked the last time he was up. First pitch to him. That one in there, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. That pitch, that one high. Now we're even at 1-1.
And just finding base runners would be crucial here for the Renegades. They are down 5, but this is a team, if they get on a surge, they can definitely put some damage and pressure on the A's.
There's a ball that's fouled off into the bullpen for the Renegades as that sits 1-2. So count sits 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out with a runner on first. There's going to be a bouncing ball. This could be 2 to short. They bobble it. So that is not the routine double play. It ends up being an error as Lentillo bobbles it, and Dunn will be at first base as Durnan goes to second.
Yeah, I mean, that was an easier play than the one he had last time there. That may be the thing. That may spark some hits here. You get a little hit parade going, get a big swing. You're back in it, trailing 1 with possibly 2 outs. You give yourself a chance at least, and you maybe have a ton of confidence there.
So now it's right fielder P.J. Green. So he steps in with 2 on and 1 out on the board. First pitch, that one in there, strike 1. So count sits, no balls, 1 strike. So again, Renegades trail by 5 runs here at a 7-2 mark in favor of the A's, top of the 9th inning. That pitch, that one is low and in the dirt. Durnan starts to go, but puts the brakes on. The count will even at 1-1.
And that's just smart base running there. You know the score, you know the outs. You don't want to force an out there with a big deficit. You kind of want to strategically run around the bases. Obviously, if you get a good jump there, push the envelope. But you don't want to push it too far where you're getting yourself out and making a big mistake.
So count sits 1-1. That one swung on and missed 4, strike 2. So count sitting 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Alex DiGiacinto in the on-deck circle for the Renegades. One, 2 offering. Swinging and a miss, and that is out number 2. So the Renegades down to their last out here. They have 2 runners on, but they trail by 5. It's 7-2. DiGiacinto will step in here. Renegades down to their last out. DiGiacinto steps in here. First pitch to him. That one is a little low and outside, ball 1. So count sits 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch. That one in there, strike 1.
So for this game to continue, Drew Vonderhart would have to come around and score for the Jefferson City Renegades, and that would be the 5th batter in the lineup. So still a lot of work to be done.
Yes. All of that happening with 2 outs on the board. That pitch, there's going to be a pitch fouled off. So he rings the bells here at Eberly Field and Clarinda Municipal Stadium. But now the Renegades down to their last strike. So count sitting 1 and 2, 2 runners on with 2 outs. Johnson looking back in. He'll have the sign. 1-2 delivery. That one is low in the dirt. Good job of Homlar to keep that in front of him. So count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's 2-2 pitch. Headed home. There's going to be a ball. That one is smoked foul. Way out of plays. Those kids chase forward over on the field off behind us.
So great positioning by those kids over there. They really expected DiGiacinto to be late there. They positioned him perfectly to get that free cheeseburger in the concessions.
Like I said, that's how that kid got all those cheeseburgers, was he just set up shop over there by that gate. That pitch in there called strike 3. That is out number 3, and that is the ball game. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on the base path, as that will do it for the ball game as the Clarinda A's 7, the Jefferson City Renegades 2. As unfortunately that means the Jefferson City Renegades season has come to an end. The A's have punched their ticket to another championship series as they will have the best of 3 against St. Joe, as the Mustangs the 1 seed, and for the A's they are the 2 seed. As always tough to see the season come to an end, but all good things have to, as Renegades came out, put up those 2 runs, but then just kind of hit a wall, end up down by the 7-2 final.
Yeah, and the A's now get their rematch. All those guys I've talked to you before, they wanted this from day one. They wanted the opportunity to go beat the St. Joseph Mustangs in a championship. They won the first game last year, but the Mustangs won the last 2 and won last year's championship. So it's going to be interesting to see how those 2 line up. And it's obviously a tough way for the Renegades to lose, but there's nothing they should be hanging their heads about. It was a hard-fought battle from the beginning, and they fought the last out. I mean, they had 2 base runners in the 9th inning. They could have easily have folded, but we saw a lot of quality at-bats, and they ended their season on a positive note.
You're absolutely right on that, and as we said, it's unfortunate that the season has to come to an end, but no reason to hang their heads about. It was successful on lots of levels. I had a great time bringing you coverage this season. Sad it's over, but like we said, all good things have to come to an end. And Easton, you did a great job covering the Bombers this season. You did a great job when I got to work with you on some Renegades broadcasts. Did a great job as well across the board with Inside the MINK. You did a fine job on that and got something going that I think you're proud of that. And if, you definitely should be. You put a lot of work into that. And so, yeah, you never like to see things come to an end, but it's unfortunate when they do. However, that is just, that's life. That's what happens. So I will let you take a chance to double check and see if they're good with you covering the game tomorrow, and we'll get it posted if it is. Again, I don't know why they wouldn't be, but we'll double check that and try to make that happen. But we want to give a shout out to all of you at home that have been tuned in all season long, or wherever you're at tuned in. We couldn't do it without you, and glad that you have tuned in. Don't be a stranger, as we'll have a few weeks off. Then I'll get ready for Southern Boone High School football and softball. We'll have that on the air as well. We'll have Hallsville and some other area games too, but we'll get a chance here. It's not really rest. We'll get a chance to clean the equipment. It's very dirty because of all the games we sit outside for, so get to clean it. We'll replace the one cord that's been having a problem tonight. Maybe we're looking to invest in some new things as well to up what the broadcast is and all those things. But a big thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in week in and week out here as we've covered the Renegades. This wraps up Season 5 of Renegades Baseball. So appreciate you guys tuned in. Give a shout-out to all of our partners to make the season a success. We couldn't do it without them. But that will do it for the 2025 Jefferson City Renegades campaign. For Easton Amelia, I'm Blake Gazaway. It has been my pleasure all season long giving you coverage, and appreciate all the kind words. And like I said, don't be a stranger. Just all I ask is don't come up and holler at me during the broadcast, but any other time, feel free to always stop me and let me know that you're tuned in and that hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. But that will do it. Again, for Easton Amelia, I'm Blake Gazaway for the Show Me Sports Network. Till we talk to you on our next broadcast, so long and have a great rest of your
West and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The proceeding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.